Imagine being at the pinnacle of your career, only to have it all come crashing down in a single year. This is the story of Paul Thayer, a man who lived two lives. On January 12, 1983, Paul Thayer was sworn in as Deputy Secretary of the United States Department of Defense, a proud moment for the 63-year-old Dallas executive. Thayer's wife, Marjorie, stood by his side, holding the Bible, while Defense Secretary Caspar Weinberger looked on. The nation's top military brass were in attendance. Thayer's journey to this moment was nothing short of extraordinary. A college dropout, he became a World War II fighter ace and a hot test pilot. Planes blew up around him, but he escaped with nothing more than a broken tailbone. He then entered the corporate world, rising to the chairmanship of LTV Corporation. Thayer rescued LTV from bankruptcy and led it to record profits, becoming a national business leader and earning more than $1 million a year. He traveled the world in corporate jets and bagged lions on safaris to Africa. Within the business establishment, Thayer was revered for his intrepid lifestyle and conservative values. When it came time for a Texan to lead the U.S. Chamber of Commerce, Paul Thayer was the choice. He helped Ronald Reagan push a tax bill through Congress. But Thayer's life took a dramatic turn. Early in 1984, he returned to Dallas prematurely, his political career shattered, his reputation tarnished, his marriage shaken. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, had been investigating insider stock trading, and Thayer was at the center of it. The SEC accused Thayer of passing tips about secret corporate developments to a circle of 8 friends, who used the information to net $1.9 million on the stock market. Among those accused were Thayer's mistress, Sandy Rhino, and a flamboyant Dallas stockbroker, Billy Bob Harris. It was almost as though Thayer had a second life. For years, Thayer traveled in 2 different worlds. In one, he was the conservative apostle of big business. In the other, he was slipping away to carry on an affair with Rhino. Thayer took Rhino on trips to Canada, Europe, and the Virgin Islands, and helped her buy a new $200,000 home with a swimming pool. Billy Bob Harris was at the center of Thayer's second life, serving as the conduit for the illegal stock tips and linking Thayer to the others accused of cashing in on his information. The SEC's case against Thayer raised intriguing questions. Why would a prominent man with an estimated net worth of $10 million resort to such risky methods? The SEC argued that Thayer set out to enrich Rhino and the others to enhance his relationships with them. The intimacy within the group provided both motive and opportunity. The law against insider trading is both vague and weak, and most cases are settled out of court. But Thayer was a stubborn man who declared his intention to fight to the finish. The trial was set to begin on January 7th in Dallas, and it would unearth more detailed revelations about Thayer's relationship with Rhino. The SEC's investigation had been extensive, with the help of a secret informant. They had only circumstantial evidence but were determined to bring down one of the government's most powerful men. Paul Thayer projected utter confidence in his abilities. He approached life with the attitude of a test pilot, always ready for the next challenge. But the SEC's investigation was relentless. Thayer's friends and associates were questioned, and the intimate details of his personal life were exposed. Thayer's involvement with Rhino began while she was working at LTV. They agreed she should leave the company, and she quit in October 1978. Rhino was an attractive woman with a glowing smile and a sparkle in her eye. Men hovered around her desk at LTV, making small talk. Thayer's friends found it unlikely that Rhino would become his mistress. He and Marjorie had been married a long time and appeared happy together. But Thayer was discreet about his extramarital relationships. Most episodes were one-night stands, but Rhino was different. This relationship was important to him. Thayer's involvement with Rhino remained a secret to those who worked at LTV, but on Rhino's block in Richardson, her involvement with Thayer was no secret. Rhino introduced Thayer to her neighbors simply as Paul, but they knew he was not the average paramour. Thayer came by about once a week. They spent weekends fishing on Lake Texoma on the LTV yacht. Thayer enjoyed children, so Rhino's daughter, Melanie, joined them. The SEC's investigation revealed a sharp cultural conflict between the government lawyers and the people they were investigating. The Texans were seen as brash and arrogant. For the SEC, the story of the defendants lives had great impact. Thayer was a big target, and a suit naming him would show that the enforcement staff would spare no one. In the end, Thayer's resignation took effect on January 12, 1984, exactly 1 year after he took his oath of office in the Hall of Heroes. His fall from grace was complete. Keep the faith, and remember, no secret stays hidden forever.